This is Captain Phillip with Airworthy Tours, your guide in the sky. And today's tour is going to be of Orlando, Florida, where we're going to look at its history and how it became the theme park capital of the world. With that being said, sit back, relax, and enjoy the tour. We begin our tour in downtown Orlando. Prior to the arrival of the first European settlers in the 1830s, the area that is now Orlando was occupied by the Seminole tribe of Native Americans for 6,000 to 12,000 years. American settlement began in 1838 with the establishment of Fort Gatlin, a U.S. Army post during the Second Seminole War. First called Jernigan for Aaron Jernigan, an early settler. The town was renamed in 1857 to honor Orlando Reeves, an Army sentry killed during the Seminole Wars. The development of the Cape Canaveral Aerospace Complex after 1950, 50 miles east of Orlando, spurred population and economic growth. Modern Orlando now has 19 skyscrapers, with the majority of them located in downtown Orlando. Skyscrapers built in downtown Orlando have not exceeded 441 feet since 1988, when the SunTrust Center was completed. This is because of downtown's close proximity to Orlando's executive airport, which does not allow buildings to exceed a certain height without approval from the FAA. And this is why we're only able to fly at 100 feet at this location in downtown. The centerpiece of downtown Orlando is Lake Eola Park. The park is a great place to relax and enjoy Orlando's skyline. Right on the lake is the Disney Amphitheater, which hosts dozens of live events throughout the year. A fun fact about Lake Eola is that it's not a lake, but a large sinkhole. Our next stop is Amway Center, the home of the NBA's Orlando Magic. Orlando was chosen as one of 4 cities to receive an expansion team in 1986. The franchise got its name after a contest was held in 1987 to pick the name of the team. The finalists were the Heat, the Tropics, the Juice, and the Magic. The committee went with Magic in honor of the area's biggest tourist attraction and economic engine, Walt Disney World, and the Magic Kingdom. The Magic will have their first season in 1989. The Orlando Magic have drafted 2 of the most dominant centers in NBA history with Shaquille O'Neal and Dwight Howard. Each of these big men leading the Magic to the NBA Finals in 1995 and 2009. As you can imagine, Orlando has a massive tourism industry, which forms the backbone of its economy. The Orlando tourism industry employs over 200,000 people, which is 1 out of every 5 people in the area. In 2019, the city set a record by welcoming more than 75 million visitors, with the average adult visitor to Orlando spending about $240 a day. In order to accommodate all these guests, Orlando has over 450 hotels and more than 120,000 rooms, along with thousands of Airbnbs and other short-term rentals. Ahead is the Orange County Convention Center. At over 2 million square feet of exhibition space, it is the second largest convention complex in terms of space in the United States, trailing only the McCormick Place in Chicago. Every year, the convention center hosts over 230 events with approximately 1.4 million attendees who contribute $2.4 billion to the local economy. But as we all know, it is the theme parks that serve as a centerpiece to Orlando's tourism industry and economy. Orlando has the obvious nickname of the theme park capital of the world. In total, there are over 10 theme parks and 5 water parks in the Orlando area. And the title of the theme park capital is Disney World. In the mid-1960s, Walt Disney wanted to build another park in Florida, based on the concept that started in Disneyland. In 1971, the concept became a reality when the Magic Kingdom opened, and thus kicking off Walt Disney World. Since then, Disney World has become one of the most popular destinations for tourists in the world. Today, there are a total of 4 theme parks at Disney World, which are the Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Animal Kingdom, and Hollywood Studios, along with 2 water parks of Typhoon Lagoon and Blizzard Beach. The Magic Kingdom is the most visited theme park in the world, and saw an attendance record of 21 million people in 2019. Something interesting about Orlando's theme parks is that during the pandemic, Disney World was only closed for 4 months, between March 25th to July 11th, 2020. However, when it reopened at a 25% capacity, this was a stark contrast to Disneyland in California, which was closed for 13 full months. Since its existence, Disney World has been a self-governing entity. However, this may soon change. After Disney had a political spat with Florida's governor, Ron DeSantis, in 2022, he introduced a bill that would strip Disney World of its self-governing status. And here's a quick aerial look at some of Orlando's other theme parks. Our next video tour will go into further length and detail of Orlando's theme parks, so make sure you subscribe to the channel to know when it comes out. Also, if you'd like to license some of the footage in this video and on our channel, make sure to contact us via email, which I will leave in the description box. As mentioned earlier, there are 5 water parks in the Orlando Metro, which is good to have because in the summer, Orlando sees an average temperature of 91 degrees. Another main attraction of Orlando is its golf industry. There are over 58 golf courses in and around Orlando. Below is the Bay Hill Club and Lodge, the home of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Arnold Palmer is widely regarded as one of the greatest and most charismatic golfers in history. Palmer bought the Bay Hill Club in 1974, and the event would take his name in 1975. The golfer with the most wins at the Invitational is, you guessed it, Tiger Woods. If you enjoyed today's tour, you can tip your tour guide by hitting the like button and by donating to the channel with the Super Thanks button below. And while you're at it, make sure to check out some of our other tours of Florida. Thank you for flying with Airworthy Tours, and we look forward to seeing you on our next flight.